Hello, Mr. Parker. This is the beginning of some tutorials designed specifically with you in mind. Tonight we're going to talk about some basic chords you've been wanting to learn for your guitar. We're going to talk about the G formation, which Chris Tomlin tends to call the formation of worship. We learned 4 chords. You can play quite a few songs that you would like to learn, so let's take a look at those. The first chord is a G, the second chord is a C2, the third chord is a D, and the fourth chord is an E minor 7 or an E minor, depending on which one is more comfortable for you at the moment. Either one of them will work. Let's take a look at the G chord first. Typically what you'll see in a tab that shows you how to play this, or a chord chart, will be 3 notes, and it sounds like this. What you'll want to do in this case is to place your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Your 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. That's the difference between the 2 chords. And your pinky will go down on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, giving you this particular G. The beauty of this G is the fact that we can easily move to a C2 by only changing 2 of our fingers. And you only slide those down as follows, as you can see here. So the C2 sounds like this. Keep in mind that you will not play your low E string here, just these 5 strings. So going from a G to a C2. Quite simple. Now let's take a look at the next chord, a D. I like to play these chords because you can play them relative to each other. Your fingers don't move a whole lot. If you keep your 2 pinky and 3rd finger planted as anchor points, you will move your middle finger to the 2nd fret of the 1st string and your index finger to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, which is the G. And then lift your pinky and you get a D. So let's take a look at that again. If you're playing a G, you move these 2 fingers and lift the pinky. And that's your D. And here's how it goes between those 3 chords. Quite simple. The last chord, if we're at a D and want to go to it, is very simple. We put that pinky right back down and move these 2 fingers over here, which would be the 4th string 2nd fret and 5th string 2nd fret. And you play all strings. That's an E minor 7. An E minor would simply be just those 2, which might be easier at first. Those 4 chords are the most important chords to learn in the key because we can play quite a few songs. I'll start off with one real quick. Would I lift your name on high? So glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My debt to pay, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sun. Lord, I lift your name on high. We'll see you during the next lesson.